for the money, dummies. Supercar. That was a mobile game I played like 5-6 years ago, a lot. For about a year, I played it pretty hardcore. All right, even at that point, that was before everything kind of fell apart with YouTube and everything. I was putting a little bit of money into it. I was playing for the top cards. I was playing the shit out of that game, okay? After about a year, they launched what they called Season 2, which reset all the cards in the game and made all your progress essentially worthless. And I said, this game fucking sucks. What a complete waste of time that this was, all right? It complements the flavor perfectly. And it's so weird because it's nothing like any other cuisine. It really isn't. I can't even tell you another cuisine that tastes like that, but it's so good. And what I like about Mediterranean food is usually when you get it, you get such a good variety of stuff. Like I got, it came with hummus and pitas. You dip the pitas in the hummus, and that was delicious. Robust. Insanely flavorful chicken. It's not dry. It's freaking robust. Give you this dipping sauce, garlic infused dipping sauce. Robust. I will tell you guys is thus. Robust. Robust. It came with their rice, which is the seasoned rice. That just tastes, again, it tastes kind of different from other cultures' rices. It has peas and carrots, but it's also got this unique seasoning in it that's really good. And then also a side salad, which was like lettuce, tomato, onion, robust, insanely flavorful chicken. It's not dry. It's freaking robust. Give you this dipping sauce, garlic infused dipping sauce. Robust. I will tell you guys is thus. Robust. Robust. Robust.
That being said.
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 Hello. This is Phil Burnell, all right? And just wanted to tell you that I love the podcast. That being said, big ups. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. A.L. Team Insider, the legend. Fantastic Mr. Sam, the dentist. Speak to the Dead, psychological style host. Meerkat, artistic style host. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, which vest is podcast best?
Oh my God, here we go. It is the Groupthink, and we are here for a special Thursday edition of the show. Hopefully you can hear everybody. I'm praying you can hear everybody. Meerkat, how you feeling? Just want to test the mic here. Meerkat, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very excited.
Excited is the right way to say it for sure. Steven the Dead is here. He's our logical style host. How you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, yeah.
Okay, so there is some echo from Stevie, but I'll fix that in 1 second. So you don't say anything. If anyone says disaster stream, just ban him straight away. That's fan. Mods,
All right, okay.
ban it straight away. Ban it straight away if you see it. He's fine now. Okay, good. All right, so we are ready for Groupthink, and it's going to be a fun one here for sure. So much stuff to get to. There is almost zero chance we can get to everything. Even though the goal of this stream is to get everything out, zero chance that happens, but let's enjoy it anyway, all right? Few business-style announcements to get to. Tournament end hybrid style 4K celebration is coming on Sunday. All right, Sunday. So if you want to get, we're going to do a Q&A for 4K, we decided. So I'm going to put on the community tab public. You don't have to be a member, just anybody can fucking do it. and put questions in there. I'll put a post as soon as the stream ends. I sound like DSP right now. I'm going over the community post over on DSP Gaming, and then I'll say, like, ask your questions, and you can ask whatever the fuck you want. Doesn't mean we're going to answer everything, but ask whatever question you want. We're all good, right? Does that sound good? Sounds good to me. And
We forgot to say, Sam is not here today. He couldn't be here. We didn't kill him or anything. He just couldn't be here today.
Been given the night off in celebration of his banger video.
I know.
Been like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
deserve a holiday for this one. Have a night off.
Yeah, we all decided performance-related vacation. Like, good job, man. Good job.
It's, you know, it took like a year to make that video, literally, but like that's a video you're like, all right, I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yep, it takes a long time to make that kind of video. You know, it's just incredible, that one, and it already has like 1,000 million views. Incredible, man. I know you. I don't know if you're watching, but incredible. Proud older member of the team here.
Right, can I just gush for about the editing again? I know
Yes,
we
please.
were briefly talking about this before we came on air, but you watch it and you're like, wow, this is a really good video. Sam's got some great points, great editing and all that stuff. And then as somebody who edits, you watch it again and you see, like, say, the way a piece of text moves or the way that a scene transitions into another, and you start thinking, right, how did he do that? You need this many layers. This one has to move at this time. So then when this one's moved so many frames, this one moves in. And then at that point, you've got an audio filter on some audio that you've got playing. And so you need to do that. So you start breaking it down like that. And you really see just how much work goes into it. And so for Sam to be like, took me about a year, I've been working on it for about a year. You're like, you can see it. You can see. And Sam's not the sort of person who just use presets. He'd go in and adjust every slider to make sure everything was just how he wanted. So yeah, like, just mad respect and recognition of the effort that's gone into it from an editing perspective as well. Just wanted to shout that out.
Yes.
You can't believe it. I should also shout out my new hat here. This is a submission style from not the Dutch brothers. Not the Dutch brothers. Someone sent me this one. Old Lives Do Matter. Thank you so much. Also, we're gonna get a PO box because, like, people want this is the second person this week that they want to send me a hat. So, like, I want to do that, but I also don't want to, like, don't want to dox myself, guys. So we're going to set a P.O. box. I'll let you know when that's in if you want to send hats or whatever nonsense. So we can, like, open shit up or whatever. But we'll see. Real quick, It Time Go. Someone said It Time Go in Japanese. Thanks so much, Drinker. It Time Go in Japanese there for everybody. Apple Bubblegum Day from Bode Knight. Go ahead, Meerkat.
Yes, yesterday I did miss one super chat, and we should read it
Please
now.
do. That is the person that gave me
it.
That's the person that gave me this hat. So yes, please do.
Oh yeah, right. Do you remember what it was? I'm pulling it up right now.
Hang on. This is on the fly. $4.99, I believe. Yeah.
I'm opening up the menu right now.
Red Eye AMVs was their name. So thanks so much, Red Eye AMVs, for that.
Yeah, there we go. And he said, ALT, you need to rep the olds. Wear the hat. Well, there you go. You are wearing it right now. And in a way, it's actually better that we read it today and not yesterday because you're actually wearing the hat.
Exactly. That was our master plan all along. Real quick, we shouldn't talk about anything because we got to save some stuff for Sunday, but real quick thoughts. I'm going to put a 5-minute maximum time limit on this. Give us your 1-minute overview. Steve, did you see yesterday? What'd you think of the Craig and Keem interview that we kind of hyped up?
I didn't.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's even better. That's even better. That's better. That's better. Meerkat, what are your 1-minute thoughts so far?
So it turns out Keem has something quote unquote set up with somebody. I did write some notes in Discord, but anyways, he's trying to find out what incentive he can provide to DSP to get him to work with him. But like at this point, he hasn't realized he's not gonna work with him no matter what. Like the guy hates Keemstar, and also he's really liking the thing he's got going on right now. It's a new vest streak and everything. It's pretty hype. He got 2 bubble guns. It's pretty hype. Why work with Keemstar? He's successful by himself. So anyways, probably not much is going to come out of this. He mentioned that he did feel like there was some ethical issues behind interviewing relatives and friends, quote unquote friends, of DSP without his permission. And obviously he's never going to give him permission. So I don't expect that to go very far. He was talking about wanting to have a documentary, kind of like Tiger King, which I don't think that's going to go very far. But seems like he's interested in doing it. He's curious about how DSP works, and he thinks it's all an elaborate character and some like weird, complex. I don't even know how to call it, man. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see. Could be interesting. Probably not. So don't get your hopes up. Is my opinion.
Definitely.
That's like a huge sign that Keem's not really been in this long, because I mean, he's known of Phil because obviously he reported on the incident when it happened on Drama Alert. So he's sort of known who Phil was, and sort of, you know, it's there in the background, but never really been into it like a detractor would, because like Phil is telling you who he is. Like, Phil is not a character. We all know that now. Phil is telling you who he is. You could offer to pay for his mortgage outright. You could offer to send him and his wife to the other side of the world on honeymoon and buy them like a 10-year Scopely subscription, all pulls paid for. And he will still not work with you. He will still not appear on a podcast with you or do an interview with you or whatever.
Yeah.
Phil is telling you who he is. And Phil is what you get. He is that. So after a while, Keemstar stays in this a while, he's going to realize, oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, I was wrong. Because a lot of people do when they first get into it. You go through it. We see it all the time. People going, oh, why aren't you doing this? Why hasn't this happened? Why has nobody tried to sue him? Why has nobody tried to like copyright strike him or take you down on YouTube and all? It's like, guys, once you get into it and you sort of know why, because that's who Phil is. That's exactly what you get on the, it's there, it's on the label. You're going to get nothing else with Phil. So
it was definitely a little bit of a letdown, not because of the like questions Craig asked or anything, just kind of like the responses are a little bit of a letdown, because the things Keem said let you to believe that, first of all, if he already has a moral dilemma about this, which is the word he used, he's having a moral dilemma about sharing and doxing people. Steve, he also said that. So if you're already saying that, I mean, come on. So what has to happen?
That for me feels like you're back out. Like when you're like, oh, these aren't really people that knew Phil. You know, it's like maybe one guy went to school with him for a bit, but it's not like Howard, for example.
Yes.
So
It just
maybe it was a bluff.
Doesn't feel confident. I doesn't feel like, but he did say he's gonna. One word he also said was kind of interesting. He said, "I'm gonna go out there and meet them. I have to go out there and fly to them." So like he did. It sounds like he has people in mind. You know, multiple people. But then he brought up this stuff about, I'm not sure, it's a moral dilemma. And then he started getting like kind of excited when Craig kind of offered other suggestions on how he could do this. Oh yeah, I could do a video game competition. That's cool. And he got kind of excited, like, oh, maybe I can do this instead of interviewing his friends and family. And that for me was kind of like, all right, well then what we want is probably not happening. Now what level down do we have to get to? Like what level down are we going to get, right? Is it going to be the DSP gaming tournament and then Phil gets paid $10,000 and we're all like, all right, well, that sucks. You know, that didn't tell us anything interesting, you know? So we'll see. Well, it's a long way to go. The story's not over by far, but that was just a letdown, not in terms of how the interview was, but just the answers that he gave doesn't give me confidence in that this is going to be, oh shit, Keem is ready to roll right now. It's not like that. Also, real quick, I do want to say though that the boxing match between RTU and Quartering is a go. Also, well, just sharing the news here. Trying to be a serious podcast. I'm scouring Twitter for this news.
Yes.
And the best streak is still continuing. Blah blah blah. Let's save some stuff for Sunday. Yeah, go ahead.
A very good suggestion and I guess proposal they had on the Keemstar interview was having Wings versus Tipster.
Yes,
which I think is going to go over great.
Everyone loves that idea. Quartering art in Ryutek is like whatever. That one was like, oh yeah, come on, let's get that going. That'd be pretty hype. Also, what I think's got to happen though is Phil has to blow up on Keem one more time and just piss Keem off enough, and then I think we got a shot because he's, you know what, fuck it, I don't give a shit about moral dilemma. Remember those two people I called, Linda and Dave, possibly? You know what? I'm getting there. I don't give a shit. So I think it's going to take Phil to blow up right now. And that's not going to happen until after the vet streak ends. You can guarantee that. You can bet your ass on that one, my friends. But with that being said, let's get to our messages. We got a lot of them. And we're going to get to as many as we can. We're going to do the new system of going to old to new and see what we get. Here we go. We're going to start with Scouseside Phil. So let me know if you can hear this. Levels and everything. Let's go.
Hello, everybody. Scouseside Phil here for what is the 11th of May, 2023. Hope everyone's having a boss day so far. So, what did I get up to over my day off yesterday? Well, me and my wife, went to town, and the first thing I noticed was, why is there so chocolate out here? You know what I mean? It's a Wednesday. There's no one got a job. What's going on? So anyway, we went into the Asda because I needed to pick up some cherry aid, and you'll never believe it, but the cherry aid is gone. I went to the aisle, last aisle, there's no cherry aid. And so I went up to the fucking muppet who's on the shop floor, and I said, lad, where the fuck's the cherry aid, fella? And he goes, well, we've discontinued it. And I'm just like, what? You've discontinued the cherry aid? Are you having a fucking laugh or what? Anyway, so we got the fuck out of there. I was having none of this. We went to Tesco instead. Anyway, picked up some supplies, and then Kat was like, oh, I'm hungry. And I was like, when are you not? So what did we do? We nipped into Greg's dead quick. And she got 8 steak bakes, I think it was, and I got a Cornish pasty. And let me tell you, lad, the Cornish pasty was heavy. It was fucking robust. It was fucking boss. It was fucking, lad, I was made up with this Cornish pasty. I put a bit of brown sauce on it.
Dude, can you please explain? King Jad has a good suggestion. Can you please explain? I'm probably saying it wrong. Scouse, Scouse, side fill, please. Steve of the Dead, British style host.
Scouse is Liverpool, basically.
Okay.
If you are from Liverpool, you are a Scouser. So yeah, Liverpool is a particularly thick accent. It's also it's quite closely linked to like the Stoke area, weirdly. Because my cousins are from Stoke, they have very, very thick Scouse accents around there. It's quite weird, but yeah, Scouse is particularly. I'm trying to think of who might be famous enough. If you're into Red Dwarf, Dave Lister is Scouser. He's from Liverpool, so it's quite a fun accent as well.
Yeah, that was awesome. The great acting, like you got it down.
Justin, your tea's ready.
Winning or not?
Great, I love it. My wife's like, well, hungry, man. Let's go to Greg's son.
All right, next we're going to go to a modern style message. This is from Phil's Bubble Guns. Phil's Bubble Guns calling in here. WPIG, not WPIG. That being said.
Hey, that being said, podcast. Looks like Phil's got not one, but 2 bubble gums. And of course, the funny thing is, Kat told him with the first one, carefully you don't shoot too much because you might get electrocuted with all those wires and crap. And we all know he's got a mess there, so she's right. But what does he do? He says, yeah, okay. And then gets a second one to shoot shit all over the place. And then he goes, now say I'm still on level 1. Well, Phil, you are. You are still on level 1. Congratulations.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did he actually say that?
He did say that. Yes, he did say. Now try to say I'm still on level 1. Got 2 bubble guns, bitch. Yeah. The total price of those guns is $23.
Yeah.
That means if you buy those, you got the cash for that. You're not level 1. Come on. You guys can't handle it. You guys can't afford that. I can. $23. That wasn't even bought by him. It was sent by someone. Don't forget that part of it. Trolls are definitely around. Thank you, Hawksworth.
I think he might have also doxed where the person lives. He said it was some dude from Seattle, I think.
Oh, great. Fantastic. All right, next call. We're going to burn through as many as we can. We got bits to get to as well. WPIG is coming at you later. Let's go. Oh, God. This person smartly put a normal name in for their name, and they smartly do that so we don't know when it's coming.
Sam's not here, so he's not going to.
I'll say, we haven't had Howard yet, right? So I'll say Howard.
Howard.
Yeah, that one. What you got, boys? Come on.
I don't know, man. It could be anything. I'm so lost.
I'm thinking about something to do with team.
Okay.
So I think the team start maybe level 1.
There you go.
I'm gonna say Creole.
I think it's time for Phil to take a step back and look at what's going on and say, I think it's time to realize it's maybe you. Look in the mirror. It's not the climate. It's not the gaming community is abandoned. It's that you're not putting out good content, and you're the one at the reins. You need to realize you have failed as a leader. I don't care what the fuck is behind Phil Sir on his shelf in his stupid vlog from his office. He can have a fucking giant fucking dildo up there. I don't give a fuck. Time to fucking step up and do your job and do your responsibility. Man up, pull up your goddamn pants, act like a fucking leader, get out there and get to work. Get your ass out there and fucking work, bitch.
Classic.
You don't get a day off.
Get a day off,
That was
bitch.
I guess that was a message for Sam somehow because it's his day off.
I guess
so
it was.
enjoy,
Yes, get your ass out there.
Guys, that means we get a Sam's Day Off segment on Sunday.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Sam, start making your story now. Make your story now. Make sure it involves Costco. For sure. That's the best.
And bubble
stories.
guns.
All right, we talk
Multiple
about
bubble guns.
contributions coming in hot here. Joe Bangle says his editing is second only to duties. Big ups. Toxicity coming in hot here. Mario Faker. Gamebox's tweet confirms Scopely knows about Phil. What's the tweet? Give me
Have you
that
seen
link
it?
on
Okay,
Discord.
I have the
what does it
tweet
say?
up.
Please,
Let
please.
me pull it
I have
up.
the tweet up. Apparently, a couple of things. Bobby Lashley, I think they're skills because they've got cooldown timers. So I'm guessing they're skills for Bobby Lashley, the Dominator. These skills are called "To Me, It's Thursday."
Oh.
Which
no. It's
I
not.
think that's a reach. Even
I
though
mean,
I'm not much of a fan, but I'm thinking that's a reach.
It could be, right?
Yeah,
It could
it's
be.
the Street Fighter thing, but in the film it's Tuesday. It's Thursday because Bobby Lashley's on SmackDown. I'm guessing.
Oh, okay. Now I'm out. Now I'm with you,
Maybe.
Meerkat. If because the real saying is Tuesday, right? So that's the real saying.
Tuesday.
Yeah. So, but if he's on SmackDown on Thursday, then that's a different ball of wax. So, I'm not on board with this theory, for sure. Khan Saad has big ups, fellas. Will Super Crazy appear on the show? Will he ever appear on the show?
Bro, most of the time we don't know who's gonna appear on the show by like Saturday or Sundays, but
Yes.
he might.
Yes. And most times people, this is my biggest, okay, this is a total ALT yelling at Cloud. Some people don't have an easy way to contact them. On their YouTube, there's no Twitter. There's no email. And it's like, what am I left to do then? It's like, all right, well, can I tweet at you? I don't want to do that. It's kind of annoying too, right? So like, please make contact email or at least email or Twitter or something because there's a lot of people I want to cut into interviews. Like, I don't know how to do it. So anyways.
Yeah. I had to like a couple of times I had to like actually tweet at people and stuff publicly, which I think puts more pressure on them because it feels like if they say no, it's like they're being an asshole or something, which that's totally not the case. You can definitely say no. That's perfectly fine. But like you said, a lot of people, they just don't have a really good way to reach them.
Yes. So just
Also, you can't make someone come on the show.
Yes.
If they don't want to come on, then
Yes.
I
wish we could. I wish we had force over people on the internet or dirt on them. We could extort them. We could blackmail them. I wish we could, but that's another group of people that they used to be around.
I am
in
being
2017.
Go ahead. What are you being told?
I'm being told, SmackDown is on Friday, but I still.
So this randomly chose that day for no reason, guys. That's a little bit.
Was the interview on the Thursday?
But Phil said for me it was just a Thursday. It was a Wednesday, wasn't it?
Was it?
I thought it was a Wednesday.
It's his day off.
Yeah, I think it was for me. It
So
was
it
just
might
a
have
Wednesday,
been-
wasn't it? I'm trying to look so stupid if I'm wrong, but I really think that was it.
I think it's a Street Fighter thing personally, but he did do that thing, and if he did say Thursday, it might be. But I don't know what Bobby Lashley's got to do with Thursday. I assume SmackDown was filmed on Thursdays, but no, it's Friday apparently.
Anyway,
that's the thing though. I'm looking up Bobby Lashley Thursday, and there's nothing really relevant that comes up. So I don't know how they made this up, unless it is actually related to DSP, which I don't know. I'm thinking they would make it more obvious if it was. They would make it like more of a wink wink kind of a joke.
Well, thank Mouth Drooler and Brad Bernie, thanks so much for letting us know. It was a Thursday. It was a Thursday. So if you got one intern that's in charge of making those names for that shit, he might, big ups to you if you are. But you know what I'm saying? All right, anyways. Super Scuffer in the house saying, big up Mimps in chat today. Get my clothes from IKEA. All the chicken I can eat. Yes, thank you so much. And $5 from Adult with a Business Degree. Fantastic video, Mr. Sam. Yes, we will pass that along. Everyone understands how awesome that was. It's still unbelievable awesome it was. and I've watched it on almost every speed so far. I'm going to keep going until I get all the speeds so I can experience it in every possible way, and I recommend you do the same. Go ahead, Steve.
Phil does say at the end, when he puts the hat on, it was a Thursday. The post-interview bit where it's just him, Craig, and Blabs, he says Thursday as he's putting the hat on. So,
all right. Well, our official expert TJ Gamebox has entered the chat, and he has said he does think it's a Thursday thing in Street Fighter, but it would be funny. So that's definitely a good. If TJ Gamebox believes it, I believe he does.
The quote from the 1994 movie is, for me, it was Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
There's a clip of it on YouTube.
Another just classic reference from DSP. Really made that joke, just hammered home that joke. I was losing it that part. It was so funny, man. I was cracking up. I don't know about you guys. I could not handle it. Let's get to a new style message. This is from Ezrakin27. Let's go.
Hey there, that being said, what's going on, chat? Hope everyone's having a good day. First of all, I just wanted to say big ups to Sam for the video you dropped last night. That was an absolute belter. Seriously, man, well done. Maybe not make us wait a year for the next one.
Yeah.
That goes for you as well, Steve.
Ooh.
Boys, seriously, you're letting the side down. We need to turn this into a British-style content-making machine. Anyway, do have a question. Phil revealed his latest innovation to his streams with his bubble blower. So what's the next, what's a good word, escalation, I guess, for bubble blowing are we going to see here? What do you think? Is he going to upgrade to one of those things that creates, like the huge bubbles? Where does he go from here? It's baffling. Just seeing his reaction when he blew that thing was like, I don't know why I was surprised. I mean, it's Phil, but Jesus, dude, seriously. But yeah, what do you think? What's going to be the next amazing innovation that the Pig Roach makes?
Next innovation guesses, gentlemen. That's what he's asking for. It's something that requires little work. That's all we know. Is it requires minimal work, and someone else has to send it to him. That's all I can tell you. What do you guys think?
I got that green fabric that he can put over one of those pictures, the paintings, and he can use it as a green screen.
Oh,
and
yeah. Nice.
He thinks it's going to be hype as hell, but he's going to be so clumsy putting the pictures of what he actually wants to be on the green screen and making it fit properly. And then it's going to be adjusting it constantly, but then he's going to be asking for recognition and appreciation for doing the bare minimum. It's going to be like the whole DSP, the full 9 yards. Or he could get a smoke machine. I would love for him to get a smoke machine. That would be really fun. Kind of like low-key spooky. You would just see the snort sacks in between all the smoke. Be interesting.
He would kill that cat. It would kill that cat.
Yeah.
He doesn't like it, Steve. Cats don't like smoke.
That's just like carbon dioxide. That he would kill that cat.
Cats can't breathe in smoke. Sam, please, Steve. They also don't like sweet stuff, So that's funny though. It's gonna be low effort though. And this was, yeah, you're right. The face that he did when he blew the bubbles, like this is a man that has gone through it, and this journey from King of Hate when FGC, like he was an okay FGC player back in the day. He's better than the average person. I'm a badass. I'm King of Hate. If he could look forward and see the ghost of Christmas DSP in the future, holy shit, man. It's a transformation like you would never believe. I think he would end it all right there if he saw that when he was 20. This is what you're going to be doing when you're 40, dude. Oh, it's like Blippi. I don't know if you guys know Blippi. Anyone with parents knows Blippi?
Yeah.
He's this dude. Like, it's Blippi. He's doing Blippi, and that is made for 3-year-olds. I'm going to compare him. That's a good video to make as a comparison. Real quick, Red Eye AMV says, for every 100 likes, can we make ALT cycle hats? No, that's gimmicky. I do love the hat, though, and I always will wear it for the whole show. I want to give it the full respect. Reno Ryan says, Meerkat, for you, Blabs asked me to tell you to stop hiding in her bushes with binoculars. She said it's creepy, and by the way, Chaos Realm agrees with me. So,
hilarious, you guys. Hilarious. It would be very funny if you guys got rejected by the love of your life.
Yes.
And then people made fun of you. Very funny.
In front of 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone brought you up again, by the way, today in the super chat. Prophet did actually.
Oh yeah,
He brought you-
Prophet told her my finger looks weird or something.
Yeah.
It
She
looks
take-
weird, but it performs great.
Oh, that gets the job done. Who cares about optics? It's all about the feeling, guys. In and out. Anyways, let's go to the next one. We're going to Jeffrey Oman. Let's go.
What's up? That being said, I thought I'd give my 2 cents about the whole Phil health issue thing and say that I believe last podcast you guys were talking about, I guess Phil having diabetes or something along the lines of that because of the way he acts and the way he looks, losing weight, that doesn't look healthy and like constantly falling asleep and shit. And I just wanted to say that it could be cirrhosis, which I'm sure everyone already kind of figured it could have been that too, but it could be cirrhosis or it could be like a kidney failure or something like that, because the last year my dad was alive, he had cirrhosis, and the way he looked that last year, Phil looks exactly like that. Looks, skinny arms, skinny legs. He's got the little gut though. Well, decent sized gut, but he would constantly fall asleep. Yeah, it just, a lot of the shit that Phil is happening, even on stream, it just reminds me of my dad a lot because it just same patterns and shit, So, sorry if I'm rambling, but I just thought I'd put it in there, So, shout out ALT, Meerkat, Sam, and Steve. Thanks.
Big ups, Jeffrey, legend. Yep, I mean it's a theory. It's a theory out there that makes sense. A lot of people are throwing out the health thing. Team divorce is gaining steam. The stocks are going up a little bit, but team health are holding strong. So we talked about that yesterday about our allegiances. So we won't go over that again. But yes, it could be that.
Yeah. ALT running a pump and dump scam. He's waiting for those stocks to get up high. Then he's gonna switch teams. He's gonna cash out on team divorce. Then he's gonna be team health.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sorry about your dad, Jeffrey. I think DSP, if it was cirrhosis, he would definitely be hiding it because I think he mentioned it's something that like might be embarrassing or people would laugh at him. And that's the one thing people would laugh at him a lot because people have been calling him an alcoholic since he was an alcoholic.
Yes.
And that's the one thing that if he admits he has it, it confirms he still is. So he would be hiding it.
Because he was talking recently about, Dutch brothers, if you want to get me a drink, I'll get some tequila. And, you can pay me $100 for a shot of tequila. He's been drinking gin a bit more openly as well. And I feel like even Phil, if you said to him, it is cirrhosis of the liver, your life of drinking has fucked you up that much, even Phil wouldn't continue to drink. I feel like if they're like, because there's got to be something that makes you think, fuck, this is now serious. Even Phil's had few moments in his life where he's like, right, shit, this is serious. And that would be one of them. If it was health, that would, if they were like, this, your organ is failing, your organ is fucked, you are going to die if you keep doing this. I feel like Phil would sort of like stop it, and then he'd be like, no, guys, we're not drinking this time for this marathon or whatever. But he would still, it'd just be easier to sweep under the rug and not mention. But like Meerkat said, he's mentioning it and he's bringing it, he's making it a thing. I've got health conditions, guys, health problems and all that. So I feel like cirrhosis, he wouldn't still be drinking, or at least offering to drink for 100.
That's a very good point. But today I caught a little bit of detractor beam, and Phil is planning for his fight and feast thing. One of the things he wants to make from the cookbook is a drink, if I got that correctly, because I was playing video games, so I wasn't paying attention very well. So seems pretty excited to be drinking. So I do agree with you. If it was something drinking related, like liver, kidney, whatever, he would avoid drinking. But he seems still pretty excited to do it. So I don't know.
Also, it's a very alcoholic thing as an alcoholic to say like, well, I can drink, I just won't get drunk. Right. So like you can say like, I can have a little bit, right? Because you say whatever the fuck it takes to get a drink, like, so I can handle it, just won't get drunk.
Yeah,
and that's what he's always heavy about that, like, I can't get hammered, so I'm do a little bit here, and that, like maybe that's his
special occasion.
Yeah, and you think you're doing good, by the way, too. In those moments, you're like, yeah, I'm regulating myself. I'm a beast. I tackle alcoholism. Just give me a little bit, and it's really bad. It's just how it goes, man. You can't It's a monster, man. It really is. But let's get to the next one, not to get too heavy there. Let's go. Chibi, Michael Johnson in the house. This is very interesting. Michael Johnson, legendary caller, called him many times. We got Chibi Michael Johnson coming in. Let's see how this goes.
Oh, does that mean he's going to be like really squeaky? Come on, Michael.
Yeah, we'll see.
Started March 18th, 2023. That could be one of his spells, and now I'm short, and I sound like this. I was able to save one of his sex victims. He's 12. I think my mission is going to be a little bit hard for me to handle. I swear, if the next one is 18 and Asian, I think I reached my limit.
18 and Asian.
Speaking of limit, I don't think Phil knows his own limit of what games he wants. You basically made your own R&D Nintendo games, so of course they're not doing well. No one cares for Oblivion, Elden Ring. I don't even know what he's doing if he's still playing Dare to Survive. And he's playing one game out of the Pixel Remaster and gonna skip all the rest of them and only play 1, 3, and 5. So what's the point of probably getting all of them?
All right, I'm going to cut it. I can't understand too much, but
Yeah, I have no idea what this was. The only thing I understood was 18 and Asian, and that's because you confirmed that's what I heard. I wasn't even sure what I heard.
That was 18 and Asian was funny enough, but yes, thank you for that. And then he went into. I was expecting some kind of bit to happen, but then Michael went to his normal Michael Johnson call about like the games Phil plays, which is, that's your thing. It's totally cool. I'm not making fun of that, but it's like kind of interesting to come from that voice. But anyways, let's get to an older one.
Michael, I tried. I was really listening.
We always try, my friend. Never stop trying, though. We know that I like the bit style Michael Johnson for sure. But let's get to Lars. This is Lars.
Yeah, bits get you places in this podcast, don't they? Bits get you places.
Definitely. Sean Stevenson coming in hot for question for Steven here. Love you, Steve, but no. Addicts will continue forever. My father passed from cirrhosis, liver failure, and liver cancer, and was drinking 6 minutes. Was drinking until his death.
I do not mean to say that doesn't happen, because I know for a lot of alcoholics, the fact that you've been an alcoholic for so long means that stopping will kill you. So I don't doubt that some people who are alcoholics diagnosed with cirrhosis of the liver will continue to drink because they think, fuck it, why not? What have I got to lose at this point? I completely agree. There are cancer patients who continue smoking right up until their last dying minutes. But someone like Phil is the point I'm making here. Phil, it would shit him up. The thought of death, the thought of dying, and all of this coming to an end, it would terrify him. It would terrify him. It would terrify him into cutting down and trying to stop, because Phil's the sort of person who, when you bollock him, he would take it seriously. A figure of authority, a headmaster, a parent, a doctor. Even though he'd be sat there thinking, I know better than you, he'd still be like, no, you are going to fucking die. So Phil would eventually take that to heart and try to stop. Plus, he'd probably have Kat nagging him to do something about it anyway. So
no. She'd be like, yes, here's another drink, Phil. You can have one more.
Yeah, but then she's like, oh, you mean I'm responsible for caring for you? So I'm responsible for changing your adult diapers.
Oh,
and
yeah, never mind.
Right. I didn't sign on for this.
Is Kat gonna pay off the house? Is Kat gonna keep making those payments? I don't know, man.
Yeah, zero chance he has life insurance. That's something I would bet my own house on, that he does not have life insurance. Phil does not think you need that. I'm sure of it. So I hope that that's not the case for sure. Anyways, let's go to the next one. This is from Lars, a King of the Ring competitor. Let's get to it. Lars made it to the finals, by the way, so give some respect here. Lars.
Phil used to say that he would never go to Twitch and beg, and then he did. And then he said that reaction content was low tier trash. Now he has a React channel. He used to say that LED lights were, boring, and he didn't want to be like every other streamer out there. And now he has LED lights. So we have one final frontier, one last line for him to cross. When is Phil going to dye his hair? I would like all of you to give me your predictions on when you think it'll happen, how much he'll charge his audience for it to happen, and what color he'll pick. Me personally, I think it's going to be around summer 2024. I'm going to say June 2024. I think he'll charge at least $1,000, maybe $1,500. I think 2,000 is pushing it, but 1,500 is my estimate. And I think he'll try to dye it blue, but I think knowing Phil, he's gonna mess it up horribly. I can just imagine him holding up the package, in front of the stream, being like, "Look at this! It was supposed to be like a indigo, like kind of like a turquoise, and it came out all dark, like you can hardly see it. It just looks like super like a purple almost." And then the chat will be like, "Well, did you like wash your hair first and bleach it and do all this prep work?" And he'll be like, "What? The package doesn't say anything about that. How are they supposed to know? It didn't do that. So, I think it's just a bad dye." So yeah, want to hear your predictions. Thank you.
I love this idea no matter what. I mean, that's funny. And it might be, when he gets to the how desperate will he get? I would dye my hair for what? 2,000? 1,000? It might be a goal someday. You never know what might be a goal. And that's exactly
a good question. What would Phil do with his hairstyle?
Dude, I saw a video. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead,
what do you guys think? What are your estimates?
Like when I think it'll have to, we're probably a year out. Things are going really slow. And he said, "You know what? I thought of something crazy, guys. It's a great idea I thought of." Even though someone emailed it to him, he'd be like, "What if I dye my hair? Right? Just something silly. Doesn't, just something to do. And I know you guys love it. You guys are going to love it. It's a great color. You guys love colors. You eat crayons, so you love colors. So you're going to love this color." It's going to be, it's going to be like that. I bet I'm not, I get, it might happen. That's what I'm saying. I also think there's a lot of things that are going to happen in Phil's future when he gets really desperate. He's going to do stupid shit like that, and he's going to talk to detractors. At some point, he's going to have to detractors. I hope he does that before he really fades away, because then we could have that would be a good interview, I think. But we'll see. It's not going to happen. Yeah. Many years away from that happening, by the way. But anyways, go ahead.
Either he is already dyeing his hair black to conceal the fact that he's aging, but then when I say this, it makes me think he wants to age because aging gives you excuses. "Oh, you guys, my back hurts a lot. Oh, you guys, I got carpal tunnel in my hands. I can't play video games. Oh, you guys, now I'm older, so I'm wiser. So by default, I'm a better person." So for him, aging is a very important thing because aging makes you wise and smart and good, because he saw it in like fucking Kung Fu Panda or something, some fucking Pixar cartoon. And he just took it as fact.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so he's either already dyeing his hair or he never will, and he's just gonna age gracefully. He might even just let it flow, like on the Snort Burnell thumbnails. He's gonna have like long, luscious hair.
Yeah, I like that.
It's all just covered in grease. I know, ALT, you had posted something in some Discord somewhere. Some picture of him like with his fucking hair so greasy. It was actually like reflective.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, what the fuck? How Italian are you for 25%? God damn it.
That's olive oil coming out. All right, go ahead, Steve.
First, those Snort Burnell thumbnails are really getting on my nerves because every now and then
you think it's you.
Like that. Mm-hmm. Tried writing to YouTube. Nothing I could do.
Like it's when his face, he does like kind of face, because your face is obviously skinnier than his. You have a more, oval shaped face. Phil has a more rounder.
It frames his face better. That's the thing.
Yeah. So, I see it too. I definitely see it. But
I think he's definitely using some sort of coloring. Anyway, it might not be necessarily dyed, but he's letting that go because you can show in your beard. It happens earlier, sooner in your beard. Mm-hmm. So he's probably fine with like it happening there, but he can still dye his hair. It's less of a pain in the ass than dyeing your beard. So probably get it done at curls and twirls when your wife's there. It's
might
fine.
Well,
so
she gets the pink. She gets the pink. I'll get the black. Let's go. Payment plan, please.
Those thumbnails make him look like a dude who smokes everybody else's weed. He never pays for it or buys any of his own. He just smokes everybody else's weed.
It's why it looks like me. It's really annoying. Steve Burnell, fuck off.
Oh, there we go. Steve of the Dead. Steve side Phil. Okay. Anyway, Kid Flim coming in hot. Yeah, legendary Kid Flim coming in hot says this question. I think he might have been ill for a long time. A guy who eats takeaway and drinks heavily loses weight before power walking. That's a great question. That's the great question we're all thinking of is you don't lose that much weight by just power walking. I mean, there's nothing doesn't exist, right? It's not a thing that happens. You have to think about how you eat too. And
he also stopped power walking at some point because it was too cold. So he was basically power walking like once a week for like 2 weeks and then quit because the first excuse came up. So when the first excuse comes up, you just quit. That's what John Cena says. Never give up unless you got an excuse. That's the continuation of the quote.
Real quick, Invisible Mute. A lot of people are saying this. Thanks, everybody. Tom Edwards. I see that. He actually admitted to dyeing his hair. There you go. So he has already admitted to dyeing his hair. That is a fact. I have not seen that clip. I would love to see it.
No, that would have been great before I put out a video about his fucking hair and ask 2 people, hey, do you think he's dyeing his hair? That would have been great to see.
A lot of songs coming about dyeing hair coming up in everyone's future here. Prophet coming in hot saying, I'm sorry, Steve, I disagree with you. His mom told him to make a 10-year plan. He didn't do that. Machinima told him to make outside plans. That never happened. My dad died of alcoholism. Prophet's dad. Phil won't change. So sorry to hear that, Prophet. But yeah, a lot of people striking back on Phil's. I think, but Steve's not saying like everyone doesn't do that. He's saying like in his knowledge of watching Phil for the hundreds of hours that he has, he thinks Phil's personality means he would stop at that point, right? Am I saying that right? I want to make sure I'm not.
Yeah, because Phil crumbles eventually. I mean, otherwise he would have been beaten up by Jaha. Phil crumbles. So I think that's one of the circumstances where he would. But,
yeah, but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? We're all guessing about it.
It's fun to speculate. So
yeah.
I'm sorry reminding everybody of their dads that have died of cirrhosis.
Thanks for bringing it down. Question for Boat Night here. Do you think Cat and DSP go anywhere for vacation in the next 25 years? The retirement begging is going to be surreal. 25 years is a long time. That's a 65-year-old person that I don't think can be doing on Twitter or YouTube anymore. And Twitter, by the way. But what do you think? I know content creators are getting older, right? Just how the internet is going, right? Our heroes are now in their 40s. That's fine. Yeah. So will we see 60-year-old, Maximilian dude playing Street Fighter 10 or whatever? Like,
Max, no.
You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Max is going to retire.
Yeah,
he'll have fuck you money. Yeah.
Good point. Will we see 65-year-old Phil playing Skyrim again, unmodded?
The PS6.
Yeah.
Thinking this new best streak is like the next big thing, dude. One day he might just not show up for a stream, maybe like 2 days in a row, then come back, and it's gonna be like the wedding stream. It's gonna be, oh, you guys, we actually went to Seattle and we stayed at this like really nice hotel. We went to the zoo, and that was our honeymoon.
And then he leans across and you hear a mouse clicking, and then he's like, click, there's us outside the Space Needle.
Yeah.
Click, there's us at the hotel.
You gotta lean over. Hold on. This is you see Cat there?
Yeah.
No, the history of the Space Needle is in 1927 or whatever.
Yeah.
You get the whole history of everything.
Those fucking photos that he took with Panda Lee in front of the Space Needle, but it was actually green screened. Do they actually fucking do that at like tourist attractions?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's very dumb.
Stands and they put it in the background. Yeah.
And this, not to get too deep, sorry, Sir Moist, but if you look at those pictures, Leanna loved Phil. Leanna fucking loved Phil, and you can see it. You can see it. And shout outs to Leanna, by the way. Someone said she got engaged. I have not seen that, if it's true or not. But if that's true, best of luck to her, and you hope you have a great life. Let's get to our next one here.
Yes.
We all feel the same. Got out, and hope you're happy wherever you are. Let's go to Valhalla here.
Hello, lads. It's your boy, Phil, aka Darkside Scouser.
Wow.
We just finished the stream, lad. The Friday night FIFAs. It was alright, Tips were fucking slow and that, couple pounds away from the hard goal and that, and, a little worried, the copyright strikes are hitting me, and, you can't even afford to pay the gaff no more, can't even take the beard out for a scran, and alright, Snow Carl, I'm about to ban you. Really, I am so fucking sick of you, so fucking tired of you talking all this shit. First of all, no, I'm not going to be playing fucking Street Fighter. I got to play FIFA. I'm chocker, full of all these fucking games I got to play. You serious right now? I can't fucking believe you. And stop it with the fucking suggesting lunch meat sandwiches. Not eating them, especially not Lucozade. It's for bastards who can't even finish editing videos, can't even deherniate their fucking disc. I can. I know how to deherniate with Seattle and stretches. Me, lad. Fuck off with that, lad. Fuck. All right, whatever. I'm done. Big ups, chat. Big ups, that being said.
I love when that happens. I know exactly that feeling.
I love that too. I remember in the Chiking, somebody submitted a song, and in the end, they just cracked up, and that was it, man.
Yeah, that was
because that's the moment when it hits you. It's like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
This shit is so stupid.
Dude, I thought exactly the same. You're like there with like Scouse accents talking about Snow Carl, and I'm like, this is the most niche thing ever. Like,
Dude, when I recorded that, the worst one for me was when I couldn't even finish it. When I had to sing the fucking, what's that fucking song? I know the fake song more than the real song. I put on the vest. I could not finish that. I said, because you have to belt it. It's like, what am I doing, man? What the fuck am I doing here?
You have no idea how many takes it took me to get that Megadeth one done, and I was like, this is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever done.
Then you listen back, you're like, all right. Okay, let's get to what time is it? 5:15. You know what? Let's get to a bit. We had a lot of fun so far, but we're gonna switch to a bit here. This one is from I've been told, birthday girl Indrid Cold is involved here. And it has to, and also we've got to talk about Bob Starsky is involved in this as well. This is another edition of Derek-isms. Let's enjoy it together here.
Speaking of which, foreshadowing, later today on WPIG, there's going to be world premieres of a million stuff. Speaking of Bob Starsky, he's going to be involved in this. ALT, me, millions of others. And you should be watching if you know what's good for you.
Can't believe we forgot so much going on here. We forgot that huge announcement. Yes, this is a song that involves Bob Starsky, ALT Insider, Meerkat, and also the one, the only Ludwig World Order put together this video that is extremely creepy to me. But I know a lot of people are going to enjoy it for sure. It's very off-putting. I'll say that. The song is hype. The video is hype. We'll show you tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. WPIG coming in hot. Here we go. We're going to get to a bit here from Bob Starsky and birthday girl Indrid Cold, and I'm sure everyone out there wishes her a great birthday at her ripe old age of 17 or 18. I don't know, around there. Happy birthday, Indrid.
Cake emotes in chat. Cake emotes and W's and hearts and kisses.
Yes, everything. Go ahead.
Good morrow to you all. Sir Robert Starsky with a collaboration style edition of Derek-isms. This exchange was found on Twitter, provided by Sir Marked One, between pornographic intercourse star Roxy Diamond and the infamous nonce Derek-ip. Roxy tweets,
"My face is getting fat."
Derek-ip responds, "It's not getting fat. You are still really beautiful and pretty as ever, Roxy." Smiley face with hearts. 2 hearts spinning round. 2 hearts spinning round. Pink heart. Roxy responds,
"It 100% is getting fatter. You can't say it's not." Laughing face, laughing face, laughing face.
Derek then responds, "It's not 100% getting fatter. Don't say that, Roxy. Is your birthday January 19th? Mine is January 12th. I'm a Capricorn." Smiley face, cute smiley face, happy face. Roxy responds to Derek,
"Oh, fuck off. It is getting fatter. Fat is growing on my face because of pregnancy. My doctor pointed it out. You can literally not say it isn't getting fatter because it 100% is."
Finishing the conversation, Derek responds, "You are absolutely right, Roxy. It is 100% getting fatter." This concludes this edition of Derek-isms. As the 41-year-old kids say, big ups to Lady Indrid Cold from Detractor Beam for portraying the girthy Roxy Diamond. Good day to you all.
Oh my god, dude. That was the best one yet. Dude. First of all, how annoying is Roxy? She's kind of annoying. I can already tell she's kind of annoying. You know, am I getting fatter? No, you're not getting fatter. No, seriously, I am. Come on, shut up. Anyways, go ahead.
To be fair, she's pregnant and she's going like, "Oh, I am actually getting fat."
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm just so fat these days. It's like I am actually getting fat now. So to be fair to her,
you are 100% getting fatter. Thanks,
you're
Derek.
absolutely right.
That was a great one. Fuck, man. That's a
Great
legendary call. Great job fucking call there. All right, let's go. Next, we're going to go to Dwight.
Oh, wait, before we do.
Yes, please do. Please.
Because I did interrupt Meerkat, and I feel like he did have a point to make.
Go ahead, Meerkat.
No, I was just going to say it kind of sounded like one of those chicks that just wants you to validate her.
Yep.
And then she just keeps going. You tell her, yeah, you're not fat at all. Like, I don't know what you're thinking about. Yes, I am fat. You know what, you fat bitch? You're fucking fat. Go eat a fucking burger. Fuck off. Is that what you want to hear?
That's what I was saying in a much calmer way.
I read it. I interpreted
it was like a sketch. Imagine this.
Yes,
That's not what I
definitely.
mean. Obviously, I enjoy myself some BBW specimens.
Yes, but do you have
big fan?
Okay. Anyways, let's go. Next, we get
while we're very briefly, very quickly, there was another Twitter interaction between Derish and another porn star. This is to Max Phils. I love this Naughty America scene, blah, blah, blah. I really hope Haley Rose works with Daria, blah, blah, blah. And Max replies, "You have good taste, Derish." Just want to let that one linger because the reply is, "Happy I have good taste, Max." It's like, yeah, Max, if there's things that you don't want to be tweeting, that's probably one of them.
Bro, Derek is out there like tweeting at dudes that their dicks look pretty and stuff like that.
Yeah,
He's like
come on,
completely
man.
unhinged.
Yeah. That's the saddest one because, like, I mean, he's obviously somewhat not against being homosexual, which is totally fine. But it's like he's going anywhere for attention, anywhere. You know, just please respond to me. Yeah. I don't give a shit what you are. Just respond to me, please. Anybody. You know, and that's
say my name.
Yes, please. I don't care who says it. Wait till AI gets good enough. Oh my God, Derek's gonna die. They say my name correctly every time, you know? It's like, damn.
He's just gonna be found like starved to death in his room, surrounded by like all these crinkly handkerchiefs, a desiccated husk, surrounded by Paul, but still ongoing.
So more or less, he's gonna be like in the House of Hate in The Sims. Basically, that kind of lifestyle. Yeah.
Basically.
It's gonna turn into a documentary. That, yeah.
All right, let's get to a legendary caller of old. Hasn't called in for a while. We've been missing him. Dwight Race in the house here. Let's go. Let's get it up.
Hey, gang. With the whole Keemstar situation that's been going on, I just would like to point out to everyone that this feud between Keem and DSP is very one-sided. Keem never said anything about Phil other than when he jerked off May 1st on the Drama Alert. That was the only time he ever really said anything. Other than that, Phil has just had a grudge against this dude. Why? I don't know. Because he's successful? Because he can grow a full beard? I don't know. But it's a one-sided feud. And I'm surprised just now that Keem has noticed it. But now that he does, this makes for a whole lot more entertainment. Other than that, I just have one little question for you guys. Well, not even a question. Maybe even a challenge. If given the choice to walk a football-length American and European field hand in hand with Darkside Phil, or take a kick to the balls for every 50 feet, which would you do? Chew on that, fellas.
That's kind of a silly one. I would personally do the walk hand in hand. I guess because, you know.
I would do the walk hand in hand.
Yeah.
Give me the kicks. Give me the fucking kicks. Give me the fucking kicks. I am not like he physically repulses me to have to edit footage of Phil. You know, like just seeing it there on my screen is terrifying because I feel like I can almost feel greasy myself every time he sort of like turns and the light catches his hair a certain way. I feel like I need a shower. So give me the kicks.
But you know, my logic is I'm not taking any kicks to the balls over Darkside fucking Phil. Like nobody's gonna kick my balls about Darkside fucking Phil. So I'm gonna walk with him. He can tell me all about his day off, and I'm gonna pretend like I'm listening.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's like, hey, how was your day yesterday? And you're done. Just walk 50 feet or a whole football field, European style and American football style.
And he's also very good at power walking, so it's gonna be real quick too.
Real quick, super quick. Ask him how he does it, and we'll talk for the whole time, you know? Infidel Castro, bigger women are more enthusiastic and less breakable. Meerkat, your response.
What's that? Wait. Bigger women more enthusiastic. That is very correct. And additionally, they tend to have a better sense of humor, which I appreciate a lot. It's great in my book. But also, all that matters is what's under the hood. The soul is what matters.
Exactly.
And also the nice ass, tits, face, you know. But the soul, first and foremost.
Okay, here we go. Next, we got one from the Super Scuffer himself. Let's go.
Hey, that being said, Super Chuffer here. I'm in YouTube jail, and I've just got a quick question. I'm on team, I think a family member has died. Oh, that's not funny. Team divorce is, you know, people are big on team divorce. I wondered if he did get a divorce, where do you think his next missus is going to come from? How will Darkside Phil find another wife? What kind of woman will he go for? What kind of level is he going to be able to attract? Thanks very much. You be good, and if you can't be good, you're naughty.
Thank you, sir. He'd be the same thing. Twitter, right? There got to be some people out there, but
Yeah.
want to be with.
Why did he say he's in YouTube jail? Did something happen?
Yeah,
Did he get like banned or something?
Right?
During Eurovision, you got copyright struck.
Oh no! Come on. You're not allowed to restream Eurovision.
I think it was over the artwork you used for the thumbnail. If I remember correctly, they picked that up. Yeah. The background. Sorry, the background that he had going on. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so we had to do our last podcast over on Twitch. So
okay. Well,
yeah.
It's not that
in YouTube jail for a while. Naughty boy.
Okay.
But yeah, it can still upload. So all our stuff is still over there on the other channel. I know.
Yeah, that's good.
So
anyways,
yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, to the question, where's she gonna come from? Anywhere, as long as she comes. DSP, he can't exist by himself. He can't live. He can't make his own food. He can't wash his own clothes. He can't clean his own son's litter box. So bring that bitch in. Anyone. Jessica, April, Mandy, Jonathan. It doesn't matter. Get them in.
I think she's gonna come from Russia, and all she cares about is that she can get a green card. So,
like, yeah, I mean, look how lucky he was to find someone like Kat, right? Like, you know, I know looks are subjective, whatever, but how she needed somewhere to go, right? She had to have somewhere to go. She was in that situation where she had to have somewhere to go, and that's why she got to move in with Phil so quickly. A normal, level-headed person that is in a normal situation probably wouldn't do it that fast. And he found someone that was like that. On Twitter, I bet you could, you know, some people want to get attention, and they don't care how they get attention. So they'll go out with DSP for attention, you know? Like, and he knew she was not a detractor, right? Because of her certain situation. Like, you can just, I doubt she was ever in doubt of being a detractor, right? Kat, you know? Just don't want to get deeper in that. We got ALT as a grandpa. Thanks so much for that. In Japanese, the Japanese chats are coming in. Still making fun of me though somehow. Yosef coming in hot. Big ups Meerkat. Congrats with Blabs. Oh wait.
Yeah. My day will come. You will see. I will
think that's
have.
Funny?
I wouldn't say I will have my revenge because that sounds like really weird. But I'm gonna rebound from this. I'm gonna come back. One day I'll have like a co-host here next to me. It's gonna be like, I don't know, a supermodel. There you go. Just
swimsuit model.
Swimsuit model. She's gonna be in a swimsuit too. You'll see, you guys. I promise. Mark my fucking words. I'm coming.
Let's roll. We got one from Kaiser. Let's go.
Hello, sirs. Kaiser Augustus on behalf of the Dinner World Order here.
Careful.
First of all, what's for dinner? Second of all, regarding the whole Loud Cow podcast, Phil somehow got it in his head that Kim wanted him to be the head of the podcast. I mean, to be fair, we all know how he thought that. It's because he's a delusional, raging narcissist piece of shit who hears what he wants to hear. Anyway, what petty tyrant bullshit would Phil pull if he was the head of the Loud Cow podcast? Or if he was gonna, what's he gonna pull if he ever goes through with his DSP Asks It interview idea? I personally think he's gonna go full Crowder. Now, to put things into context, Steven Crowder has a lot of fucking drama surrounding him right now. You know, because of the whole divorce thing, the whole Dave Landau quitting thing, the whole other employees are revealing how much of a piece of shit he is thing. So a recent example involves comedian Brian Callen being on as a guest and speaking while Crowder was trying to tell a joke. Crowder then hit a button on his desk that muted Callen's mic. I think this is definitely something Piggy would do, so he could go on his unhinged mini pre-stream rants unopposed. What do you guys think?
Kaiser has a gift of making his questions entertaining in ways. They're good questions, and also he asks them in entertaining ways. That's Kaiser's magic power, for sure. I love those random loud cow podcast. But yeah, DSP would definitely do that. Oh my god, he would love it. Mute button for other people. Can you imagine? Oh my god, he'd be leaning on that thing. Oh, hang on, boys.
But mate, that involves because he'd need to set up his Stream Deck to do that. So he'd have to upgrade his Windows, and he'd need a new PC for that. So if he had the money for a new PC, he'd rather spend it on taking his wife on honeymoon first, and he can't do that because he's got bills to pay. So it's never going to happen. But yeah, he would absolutely. Besides, Keem would be the one. Let's be honest. Phil would want to do that, but Keem would be the one who'd be like, "Nah, I'm running things. I'm gonna, make sure this doesn't go too off the rails. I'm going to keep you guided. I'm going to bring up things to talk about. I'm going to be the one that runs it, and you three are going to be the ones that talk." Much like ALT sort of runs this and keeps this from going too far off the rails, brings it back in.
I think, because Phil definitely did. You're right. That Kaiser's right. Phil thought he was going to be the leader, and that's why it doesn't work. It doesn't work without him. He thought that. That's not why it doesn't work without you. It doesn't work without you because you're the biggest lolcow there is of those three, and it's not as entertaining if it's just two normal guys that are kind of said fucked up shit in their past and they're kind of big, they're fat. That's not really a podcast that I want to listen to. But if you get DSP in there, now everyone's listening because you say the craziest shit imaginable. That's what we want to hear. Right. So, but he said it doesn't work without me because I get. What does that mean? What does that tell you? I guess they need me. Just it's incredible narcissism coming out. Like they doesn't work without me. Fuck them. It's a mess. And that's why again, yeah.
We've seen DSP asks it is the stream with Cat, and that's how exactly I think the DSP asks it would go. You ask the person a question. You nod until they stop talking. Then you're like, okay, so back in 2009, and then you make it all about yourself, and then you move on to the next question, and then repeat. You nod your head, make it about yourself. Next question. That's just how it goes with Cat, with his actual soulmate. Imagine how he would act with people that he doesn't usually talk to, like actual strangers on the internet, especially people who would have more clout than him. Because Boogie was in talks with Phil about doing the DSP asset thing. Of course, it's not going to happen now after all the things that have happened.
Yes.
But imagine this. Boogie is so much more successful. He's more sociable, and he knows how to have a conversation. And DSP would just sit there and nod his head and be like a personable human being.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I sort of want to see him in that situation. Sorry, quickly, just in that sort of because normally when you see Phil interacting, it's either as he's reading out chat and questions and things, or it's in the interview. It's when he's being questioned. It's when people are and he's having to give an answer. I want to sort of see him in that position of power over someone in media. Just sort of say, right, here's the question, but how long is the setup going to be? How long is the explanation of it all going to be? Because Phil, and he likes to go back to the start every time so he sets things up. And then how long is this other person going to be able to talk for before Phil interrupts with, yeah, actually that's a good point. Let me make it about me again, and brings it back. So I want to see how power hungry he gets in that bit, because I think he would. He'd well go for talking over the guest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would love to see that. I agree with you, but also I think there's a pressure in an interview, and there's a power dynamic when there is some kind of a pressure, some kind of a controversy going on. So if you want to have somebody on and just have a casual interview about fighting games back in the day, stuff like that, you don't really have much power over them. The power dynamic's not really offset in your favor. You're just kind of talking about stuff. So I would like to see him just try and I want to see what kind of questions he would come up with to get some kind of content out of the interview. But I agree. If there was somebody who was controversial and he had to do an interrogation style interview, as he would call it, I would love to see that. I'm totally on board with that.
Yeah. It would have been cool, but it's not going to happen, so we should just forget about it. But it would be so just to see those three interacting, because Wings is fully on redemption run right now. I mean, he made $2,000 in an hour on a stream back. People on PK are saying, please come back. It's not going to last forever, but he's getting he's definitely getting a bump from this right now. If nothing else, in his wallet, right? We can say that. We can agree on that. If it's long lasting, it's not. We don't know. But I don't think Phil would get that, even if he did the boxing, personally. Do you think that? Because Keem always likes to bring that up. If he did this, he would get to level 2. I don't think so. I don't think Phil's like them. I don't think people would turn around and give Phil respect, personally. because of the stuff he has done. It's his own fault. But do you think if, like Keem likes to say, if you do this, you're going to move up? Do you think he would get that same bump as Wings now is enjoying? I don't know about Boogie, but
yeah,
if he did the
like,
fight,
would he be able to ride that?
Yeah. Would he come back to a $2,000 pre-stream like Wings just did? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think so. I think people would. I think it would be the same, personally.
No, I think so. I think he would come back to a $2,000 pre-stream if that's the actual question. But the $2,000 would be from like 3 people. Because when you saw the Wing stream, you could see like there's levels of super chats that he had to talk about, and that was just at that current time. And with DSP, it would just be like, "Oh, I received a tip from Only Iced Coffee. Hey, thanks, Phil. You made it to level 2. This and this and this, and then Planet Jeff's gonna come back, and this and this and this." So it's gonna be the regular cucks who would show their appreciation. But outside of that, I don't think anybody else that really care all that much about him. He put it in his head that people care really deeply about him, and they're supporting him, and they're like on his side, fighting this war against the haters. They just want to watch some like shitty playthroughs with a guy that they feel nostalgic about. It's really not that deep for them. For most of them, I would believe. And every once in a while, when he starts begging for money, they send him $1 or $2 just so he can stop crying about it. And I think that's about as deep as it goes for most people.
I just had a funny thought of how Phil explaining why he lost the fight, you know? Like, you'd be like, well, you know, like all those excuses would be so fucking good. God damn it.
I think you'll find that a technical knockout isn't the same as an actual knockout. He didn't knock me out. Like, so technically, he didn't win. He didn't beat me. You know?
Yeah. I saw the judge in the hallway earlier. They gave me a dirty look. So I was like, what? So they kind of already hated me. I know that's why they voted for the other guy. You know, that kind of shit would be so hype. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to WPIG bit here. This is entitled American Idol. No other talk up needed. WPIG coming hot. Let's get to it. Starting. Please play. Starting now.
The following announcement has been paid for by WPIG.
That's the sound I love. Rambo Bambo McGee with 4 on the floor and always asking for more. I hope everyone is doing well out there in Stratford, Connecticut, or wherever you happen to be listening to this from. This week, extremely special audio to share with you. I personally think this might change the entire trajectory of your life, but maybe that's just me. What do you think, Producer Chu?
I don't know, Rambo.
Thanks so much for your confidence, as always. Let's get right to it. Many years ago, before I started at WPIG, I was a judge on American Idol, actually. And I thought a long time ago all those tapes were lost to the time, burned, or whatever happens. But one has just been found. I have not listened to this yet, so unfortunately I don't know exactly what we're going to hear or who is even on this tape. But I promise you, every single night, those nights were so special, and I assure you it's going to be entertaining for sure. So let's get right to it. Chu, please press play on this one, and let's have some fun. Listen to some old memories.
I wish Adam would push my buttons.
Just push play. Welcome, everyone, to another exciting edition of American Idol. It's your boy, Rambo Bambo McGee, rocking the mic so viciously. But as always, I am not alone. I've brought a few legends with me to help me judge this thing. On my left, as always, the legendary musical style judge that doesn't actually play music, Simon Cowell.
There are moments in my life which I regret, and this may be one of them.
On my right, we have one of the biggest Let's Players on YouTube, one of the biggest makeup tutorial makers on YouTube, the one, the only Chaos Realm 01.
How is everybody doing today? I am doing well.
I know this is your first time on a review show, but how you feeling so far?
I'm a little bit nervous.
Okay, without further ado, let's get to our first contestant. Coming at you from the mean streets of Bridgeport, Connecticut, this is Philip Burdell with Dick Vibration.
Swing it, swing your dick to the left, to the right. Swing your dick to the left, to the right. Swing your dick to the left.
I've heard enough. For me, that's a straight no. I'm only one of three, though. I'll throw it to you, Chaos Realm. What do you think about this one?
No.
I thought you might say that. Simon Cow, what do you got to say about this one, my man?
If anyone ever asked me what it would be like going to hell, I think I've just experienced it.
Well, it doesn't look like you're going to make it, Phil. Anything you want to say on your way out, though? Thanks so much for your audition, even though it doesn't look like it's going to work out this time.
Fuck you and your mother. Really? Fuck you and your mother. Because you're a piece of shit.
Okay, well, we're going to try to move ahead positively. Singer number 2 comes from Renton, Washington. It goes by the name of Dark Side Phil. So, let's get right to it. Dark Side Phil singing Dragula. Let's get to it.
No! You love it. You asked for this. You love this. You want this.
Is he trying to clap in time or what? I hope not.
Dead I am the one exterminating sun, sipping through the trees, strangling the breeze. Dead I am.
You think I don't think it? Yeah, cut it. We've seen enough. Chaos Realm.
That makes me cringe. Ugh.
That's what I thought. Simon Cow.
I don't know what cats being squashed sound like in Lithuania, but I now have a pretty good idea. I mean, sorry, guys.
That's what I thought. I am also a no. Sorry to say. Don't have the stuff here, Dark Side Phil. What are your final words, though? How can we send you home? Didn't work out, but again, thanks for your efforts.
Guess what? I have a special message for you. Ready?
Thumbs down, motherfucker.
Okay, get him out of here. Ridiculous. Sorry about that, everybody. We have one singer left that want to go there. But I did read Chaos Realm in the tabloids that you were recently single. So how's that been going for you?
I haven't had sex in ages.
Oh, okay. I certainly am. My interest is getting piqued right here. Maybe do I have a chance at breaking that streak for you?
Not at all, really.
Again. Rambo Bambo taking another L. With that being said, let's get to our final contestant of the day here. Goes by the name of Co Gaming, and we're going to see what he has here. I've heard it's pretty unique, though, Co Gaming. Let's get you out here. This is a unique one, not the standard just sing a song someone else has done.
It's completely unique. I don't think I've ever played something that felt like this before. All right, with the kind of musical beats you need to fight with. Although admittedly,
all right, let's get to it. Last song of the night. I Miss the Toilets. Enjoy.
How about I missed the toilet? Oh, I missed the toilet. Here you go. I couldn't see because I was up late, so I stumbled into the bathroom half drunk. I pissed all over the fucking floor. Then I slipped and I had to shit, and the turd love shot my ass in the air. It collided with the ceiling. Now I got shit on the floor, on the ceiling of my bathroom. This song's great.
Thank you. No.
Yeah, that's a no from me as well. Chaos Realm, what do you think about this one?
I want to know what's going on.
I agree with that. It looks like Co Gaming wants to say something. What do you want to say, Co?
I'm actually not sure how I could improve things or if I could even.
Yes, don't sing again.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
The only decent thing about that audition was the end.
Mark my fucking words. I'm coming for you. I'm gonna find out.
All right, that's
who
it.
the fuck
Security,
you are.
security, get in here. Get in here, quick. Take care of this.
You need to back off. Enough is enough.
I did nothing wrong.
Shut your fucking mouth.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here before we get too crazy. Security guard is taking care of everything, as you can hear in the background. But thanks so much for watching this edition of American Idol. For Simon Cow, for Chaos Realm, I am Rambo Bambo. See you in the next one.
Like, that is the only...
No one gives a fuck.
Huh?
There we go. WPIG coming in hot with the security guard, Cyrax. Thanks so much, everybody. And I got to give 2 shout-outs here. Easy B gave me the idea for that. He sent me that Dick Vibrations. That is the most incredible thing I've ever heard. It's worth watching.
Sega CD thing, isn't it? You bought a Sega CD
Oh, man. I put the link in chat. We'll watch you after the show, and I got to give a big shout out to Dub Butthead as well. Legendary, the So You Don't Play Maker, and they have this. You can't watch it on YouTube because it gets flagged down, but they put it on Vimeo, I think, many years ago, and you could watch all the songs Phil sung there, and they all sound just like that. Shit, coming out my ass. It bounced off the toilet. Now it's on the ceiling. Whoa, this song is awesome. That's all it is. That's all it is. So that's what I heard that song. I was like, all right, we're doing American Idol. So
I'm getting blamed for a lot of this right now in chat, and I just want to say in my defense, I do not make you make these.
No, he doesn't. He does not make me do it. No.
No, you gotta make them stop making these. We gotta force them. But for real though, that was great. And the thumbs down clip, man, this shit never gets old. He was so excited to say it, and then he was like, I'm not gonna say it, motherfucker.
Thumbs down. God, we got to make a beat with that knit in there. That'd be so awesome. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's get next call here. Lord Fango, go.
Big ups, that being said, Lord Fango back here again with another really poor microphone, so sorry about that. A couple of thoughts and a question. First of all, big ups on the interview yesterday. I really enjoyed it. You all did brilliantly. Meerkat is a simp, by the way. A couple of thoughts, first of all. Congratulations to Wings on the victory over Boogie. I think it serves as another reminder on why we shouldn't take lolcows too seriously, apart from Phil. Wings has done everything he can to get himself out of his situation, to make his life better, and, well, just to improve himself as a human being. There are still accounts out there, though, that slander him, that troll him. At the end of the day, look at the sources a lot of these allegations are coming from, and kind of like come up with your own judgment. And second of all, bar DSP, lolcows such as Wings shouldn't be taken too seriously. We should laugh at them when they do something funny and applaud them if they do something well. My question this week, though, is a little random. If Phil was a part of a sitcom, who would play him and who would play the characters in and around his life? Also, what would the sitcom be called?
That's a big question. I'll make that the question so we can avoid answering it. That's the stream.
Yeah, it's good. Do that. That's one of those where we actually have to think about it beforehand because we have to line up the whole cast and everything.
Yes.
But yes, let's say it's gonna be called Phil House instead of Full House.
There we
See
go.
what I did there?
Oh, nice. Yeah. So in my head, this might be a bit of a too British actually.
There
but,
we go.
The young ones, it's about a group of students living together, and the house is grotty, it's falling apart, and there's like infested with occasionally you'll get like animals like flies or ants or mice or whatever, but they're all made of puppets. They're all like puppeteered things, so they could have like the character will go, sometimes I wish I could be a fly on the wall in this place, and then it zooms into two flies stood on the wall going, yeah, I suppose I would too if I weren't a fly on the wall. And so it would be like that. It'd be like the sort of general grottiness and the dirtiness and the sort of decay of it, because it's quite a messy house. Obviously, they're playing students, so. But that's the sort of general idea I get in my head. Like every now and then, Phil will be like, "It's fucking state of this kitchen. You know, you can't find the paper plates," and then walks out, and it cuts to like a mouse in the corner nibbling on like a paper plate and going, "Well, don't blame me."
Ant eating the ant poison. Go and zoom in. That's what I want. There we go. So the question's there. If DSP was in a sitcom, what would it be called? And you get bonus points if you name the actors. So Ricky Gervais is the best Phil, I think. That's my new pick for actor for Phil because it works. It works in every way.
Yeah. I would say Mr. Magoo kind of fits as like the idea of like a dude just like stumbling all over the place, but making it through in the end. But Mr. Magoo is kind of a likable personality. He's just kind of a lovable fool. He's kind of like a Michael Scott.
Yes.
You know, he's a bumbling. He's not really an idiot, but you know, you can see his. He falls over, he stumbles, but it's kind of interesting. It's fun. It's lighthearted. Well, with DSP, he's not very likable.
Yes, that's really the change. Not to get the Office podcast going here, but that's the change that they made from the British version to American version. Is they made Michael Scott character you root for him, but in the British version, it's kind of like he's kind of fucked.
David Brent is quite an annoying character for a lot of it. You don't inherently like him, but by the end, he does by the end, he does have like a bit of a redemption where you're like, okay, yeah, there is good in this character. But for most of it, he is played as like deliberately unlikable. He's an annoying boss. He's one of those bosses that's just too annoying to be around. So, yeah, he's unlikable by default.
All right, let's go. Questions there. If you go to the Q&A tab, you can see that. Let's get to the next one. Kill Jucker.
Hey, that being said, I'm not sure if it's been talked about yet, but DSP's internet historian reaction was pretty bad, like all of his others. But specifically the one about No Man's Sky was hilarious because I don't know if you guys knew this, but he had a special part in the video. The entire react, like he was just kind of talking about that, like, oh, apparently I'm in this video. I think I'm in this video, guys. And then like when it kind of gets closer to the game coming out, he's like, oh, I think my part's coming up soon.
Oh yeah,
my part's coming up soon, guys.
It's like a clip of him.
And then when it finally gets to his part, all it is just, oh my God, guys, I'm about 3 hours into the game. And then it cuts and it comes back with just, this sucks. And that's his part. It really reminds you of those people that like get super hyped up that they're in some sort of big show. And then, all you really see at the end of the day is like the back of their head or something. And they're just some supporting character or whatnot.
And that is exactly, we didn't time it right. That's exactly a Michael Scott thing to do, 100%. Like, check this out, guys. Come on, I'm in this, and it's the back of the head. And that's exactly what feels like that.
Oh, that's fun. Like when my brother was once interviewed on the news briefly because he was in a queue for like tickets for, I think it was like when they did the Live 8 thing a while ago. And he was like, he's like showing all these queues of people. And then it's like cut to my brother. And he's like, yeah, we've been waiting here for this long. And, looking to get tickets to see this band. And then it moves on. And it's like, hey!
That's like wholesome. That's like wholesome. Your brother probably would be like, all right, guys, get ready. I'm coming up an hour before.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, he didn't make us watch the whole thing. Hey, there we are. Hey, great, cool. Then you move on with your day. It's fine.
All right, let's keep.
But I've actually seen DSP be featured in some videos that get like 100, 200,000 views. I post them on Twitter, on Discord every once in a while, and I timestamp them. And it's like, hey, a wild DSP segment, and it's just somebody referencing, hey, DSP, this game is so bad it's made for people like DSP, and that's how they reference them.
Yeah, the last one I saw was like a few weeks ago. Someone did the WB Champions, like talk about mobile games. Like, we won't be talking about WB Champions. Sorry, DSP. And that was
that was me. Shout out because Adam Pacitti does that a lot during the streams. He is very aware of DSP. He's a bit of a detractor, but seeing it in like your main, it's like top 10 wrestling lists and things. So it's like the top 10 WWE games, and he's like console games only, so no mobile games like Supercard or Champions. Sorry.
Yeah.
So like seeing it there, it's like, way.
That we're at that level now. So now normies can even talk about the WB Champions thing. It used to be only the incident, but now we're getting to the WB Champions has now entered everyone understands what we're talking about when you say champions. We got Stuart Gascon saying, "Till death do us part." Phil played by Alf Garnett.
Oh,
is that a British style reference?
What's the American equivalent? Oh, fuck, I can't remember. The guy from Married with Children, I think.
Al Bundy?
Oh, but yeah, it's like an equivalent to that. He's like your obnoxious, prejudiced, sort of a bit of an arsehole.
Okay, yeah.
Gets his comeuppance at the end or learns a lesson at the end of the episode, and then it's back to, he's that sort of character.
I'm down. I'm down. Let's get
Al Bundy was pretty awesome from what I remember, but I watched it a long time ago, but he was like a kind of a fun guy. Even though he did have this one thing of where he scored like 5 touchdowns in a game in high school or something.
Yeah, that
was his claim to fame. But he has a family that lives in a big house. They got a pet. They got 2 kids. Yeah, his daughter is a little bit of a thotty, and his son is a little bit of a failure and a douchebag. And his wife is kind of like grinding his gears, but that's the sitcom
his
dynamic.
Wife's pretty fit though. That's the thing. His wife's out of his league.
Oh yeah.
So
the only thing he's just really asshole to women, but like he like does jokes that guys do in front of the women that are actually there. And he was like, like they would drop something like behind him. He'd be like, hold on, let me go pick that up. Might take me a while to get around you. Hold on. And he'd start going around them slow and stuff. That's really. Anyways, let's go. Nothing I Could Do in the House, legendary song creator who has a song that will be world premiered tonight on WPIG, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Hi, that being said, sorry about the birds outside. I would squirt them with water to make them shut up, but they're too fast, and I don't think they understand the concept of negative reinforcement. Anyways, do you believe Phil when he says that Kat watched the interview, but then shut it off in disgust after 15 to 20 minutes? Seems like a highly convenient bullet dodge there, given, his last words at the end.
Absolutely. That's a great comment. Some people don't forget it. There's zero chance that what happened in the first 15 minutes that made her shut it off? Asking questions,
Yeah, it was the first 15 minutes was where it was really fluff, and we were all like, "Oh, this is going to be shit."
Yeah.
We didn't know they were working up to it, and they worked up to it beautifully. But she didn't dip out after 15 minutes. Get the fuck out of here. I bet she didn't watch it though. I'm not saying she watched it because I doubt she did. She's like, "All right, I don't care. I'm bored. Can I go back to White Run, please?" That's what I'm like. Literally, like, you think she cares? Like, she doesn't. You don't want to watch that as your person providing your house. It's kind of like that would hurt for sure. But I don't think she turned it off for 15 minutes. What the fuck, Anyways,
I don't think she'd care because otherwise she would have to watch it and be like, "I live with that.
Yeah,
I'm married to that.
I don't care who you are. You can't deal with that." Go ahead,
nah, she can watch it,
bro. I have the totally opposite opinion from you two. I think she watched the whole thing. She's a diehard, obviously a soulmate. She backs up her man. All those fucking idiots. They were trolls. They were biased. They were nitpicking. They were assholes, and they were racist because they brought up his racial joke that wasn't even racial. The slave trade, that wasn't even about race. It was about the evil sheriff selling people to the slave trade. So yeah, I'm sure. I'm 100% in the camp thinking that she's literally the most pignotized person in existence. If pignosis was a thing, which it is in our universe, she is the heaviest case of pignosis. She has become one with the pignosis. It's kind of like Resident Evil type of shit. You become one with the T virus. Shout out T.
Random, super out of nowhere. T virus. All right, I just put a poll up because I'm interested too. Because I think I'm 100% opposite of Meerkat here, and me and Steve both are. Did Kat watch the interview? At least 50% is how I worded it. Put your votes in now. Right now, it's neck and neck.
Right. If she watched the interview, if she watched the whole thing, that means she saw at the end where he brought up that restraining order, though.
She agreed to it, though. He mentioned that he asked her for permission to bring it up, which, again, it's still a douchebag thing for airing out your partner's the traumatic past. Considering she's the type of person to cry about somebody bringing up that her husband jerked off on the internet.
Again,
you bring up her being fucking abused.
Unreliable narrator. All this shit is from his mouth. And how many times has he shown us that he's lying and admitted he's lying himself? Right? Come on.
Right, very quickly, my only problem with that is that there's a difference between going, right, okay, if it comes up in conversation, then fine, you can talk about it, and hey, I'm going to deliberately bring this thing up at the end while the interview is wrapping up. That there's a difference. She might have been like getting towards the end and they're like, right, okay, come on, Phil, any other thing? And she's like, oh, thank God they didn't bring it up. Thank God they didn't talk about it after all. And then he brings it up there rather than talking about, I met my wife through this. These were the situations that we were both in at the time. And this is the thing that's had to happen. Rather than naturally through conversation, he brings it out of nowhere to, be like, oh, you detractors as well. And I think seeing that is different to, I think there's a difference between the two. So if she did watch it all, she had to have seen that bit.
Yes. And also real quick, people that are autistic are very easy to convince to do things that they shouldn't do and they know are wrong, but they can't even think about it because you can talk them into it. And again, this is all speculation. I don't know the real situation. I'm going off Brazzy Momo. But you could convince autistic people to do whatever the fuck you want. Like, can you steal that for me? If you do it, it'd be awesome. It'd be really fun. And this is from experience of autism in my family. So like you could say whatever you want and they'll do it basically, right? Oh, it's really fun if you do that. Oh, really? Cool. And they kind of get the feeling. We don't know her level, of course, but I think Phil could really much pig-splain that away and say, if I share this, it'll really help our business, right? People will feel good for us, and we can make some more money, Kat. Don't you think it's a good idea? You know what I'm saying, right? People think I'm really bad, but if I share this, that'll make people think I'm better, right? We'll get more subs, we'll get more members. It'll be really good, right? And that's, if she did agree to it, don't leave out the option that it could be like that, right? It could. It's not.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think Phil's just like, "Hey, you mind if I bring it up sometime?" And she's like, "Yeah." I don't think it's like that, even if that's the case, right?
I
But
think
anyway.
you're very right. And I think he would never marry anybody who wouldn't be as soft as this, where he can just say, "Hey, Kat, do you think today maybe you can stay at home, play video games, and I can go do the errands real quick?" "Yes, Phil, I can do this."
Yeah.
And then we just move on.
Yeah.
That's how it seems to me. Of course, I don't know, but I've seen her on a live stream. She looks soft as hell. I could probably convince her to go rob a bank by giving her a fucking lollipop or something. You look like that type.
This poll is the closest poll we've ever done, by the way. It is 51% to 49% right now. It started 3 minutes ago. I'm gonna let it run here.
Wow.
Let the drip go.
It's actually 50-50 now. That shit is crazy.
This is the Brexit of TBS.
Yes. We'll make we have to make pitches.
Parliament.
Next show we'll have campaigns and stuff, I brought the evidence.
I think we should actually have a debate stream where we just the four of us we divide into teams. We actually have a debate. We have chat. We actually argue. We call each other names. We pull out the good old blood sports era of stuff. It's gonna be hype as fuck. Yeah, that's for 5K. We're gonna do that for 5K.
Yeah, we gotta have
That's
something.
Megamania.
We need to find something we all truly believe that we 2 to 2 teams, or we all have different opinions. It has to be the truth. We all really feel differently, but I think it'd be very hype. Real quick,
but that's what I like about this, because we constantly disagree on stuff, and I think many of the things that we disagree on could both be plausible or possible or possibly have happened before. So that's what makes it interesting to debate it and to discuss it, because it's all possible. Because it could be team divorce, it could be team health, it could be team something fucking completely different, but it's very interesting to talk about it. And it's not like serious stuff like politics and religion that we can get in really heated fights with. It's dark side fucking Phil.
Yes.
So we can just shit fling all over the place. We can have some fun, and it's all good.
Yes, this is way more fun than debating anything serious, right? Just we're talking about a dude that streams on the internet and blows bubbles. Let's get to as many calls as we can. Left 27 minutes left till that divorce line. I do have to leave at the divorce line, my friends. General GK, a new person on the scene here with songwriting. Awesome stuff. Let's see what he has to say here.
Hi, guys. Quick question for discussion. What is your favorite DSP excuse? Mine has to be from this year when he was playing Warzone. He barrels into a room with a closed door, without listening for enemies, looking around, checking corners, anything, and runs right by an enemy in his...
Oh, my fault. My fault. I was seeing, how many messages do we have left? Let me go to the next page.
Quick question for discussion. Runs right by an enemy in his peripheral vision who, if you're watching the stream, was in full view. And of course, since Pig has no awareness in that game, the enemy just turned right around, shot him in the back, killed him instantly, to which DSP responds, "What? He wasn't there. You saw that, right? He wasn't there. That didn't happen." So completely just ignoring reality, saying that I guess the game killed him and then spawned a guy in. I don't know. DSP just completely denies reality when it's inconvenient for him. Anyway, what's your favorite legendary DSP excuse?
So many.
Oof, good one.
So many great
There was
ones.
a good Warzone one where it's because the guy jumped, he made my controller aim the wrong way. When the guy was jumping around him, and it was because I was aiming on a controller, it aimed that way as he jumped, and then by the time he came down, something like that. That was a particularly good one. I remember that one,
bro. I have to say, the Project 7, when he got the shits, so he couldn't attend a business meeting, and he didn't rearrange it or do anything different. He just didn't go, and the whole project fell apart. So big ups, Phil. That was some leadership. And also when he says that the developers lie about the ping, which is, I'm very confused by that.
Yeah. Oh, there was one for Dragon Ball FighterZ because that shows in the top near the timer, what your FPS is and what your delay is and that. And they're lying about that so that they look good.
Yeah.
He always green ping. Right.
Yeah,
right. Right.
And then
yeah, go ahead.
You see in like a cat roller video when he slows it down and he shows, okay, so this shot missed, this shot hit the wall, this shot didn't even land anywhere, this shot missed, he hit him once in the toe, and then he got headshot and he died.
Dude, I love when the cat roller is so good. It makes you understand the games more, why he fails so much, he understands more. But like this dude, and then he put a compilation of Phil getting kills in that game, and it's like this. Let's just show what the kills Phil gets look like, and it's always like people just like randomly running. You know, it's like what? I'm not playing the game, just running. And there's like 10 of them in a row. Like, I played great that game, awesome. You know, but excuses are my favorite is when in GTA. Who put a river there, or whatever that was? Why is this here? Why is this here? What? It's like, why is there a backyard here? So you're complaining there's a backyard. All right, makes sense. Anyways, all right, let's keep rolling. Adrian coming in hot here.
What's up, that being said? My name's Adrian, first time calling in, but a big fan of the show and a long time listener. Just a quick one there. I just noticed there when DSP was playing the new Zelda game. You know, I think it's really funny how he claims to have such insight into how these games are made and such an insight into the game developers. There's a thing, it was something to do with the game design, and I forget now, but basically he claimed to have been like, oh, you know, the game developers and the people who placed the items in the level actually didn't have a conversation, and there was a mess up, and you know, like, he claims to have, like, you know, he knows exactly what is wrong with the game, you know, and to have these insight into these conversations that people have as game developers, but he really has never worked in the industry and hasn't got a clue. But I just think it's really funny every time he claims to, you know the conversation that would have been had by the game developers, and it just makes me laugh every time. But yeah, this is a quick one.
Yeah. I guess what you're talking about. That Zelda rant of like, they're two different teams working together, and they need to start thinking about their content. Is there too much content in a game? Because, okay, what percentage of gamers are streamers, right? I know there's more streamers than ever, but it's around, I'll be generous, 2%. So yeah, Nintendo has to think about them when they make a game. A really good business decision. Let's make this game, the pacing of this game is made for streamers that stream 6 days a week, 2 times a day. Let's make games like that. Thanks, Miyamoto. Legendary. I mean, that was incredible. It's just so dumb. You can't even, it's like not even worth talking about how dumb that fucking shit was. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I got nothing else. I'm done.
Yeah, that's his thing, like, because I work in software development, and not everything is an elaborate scam or a conspiracy to scam the customer and make this shitty. Sometimes it's just the developers are not very skilled. Because sometimes I've experienced this, man, I don't know how to code this. I'm going to code it in a way where it's going to work, and I'll think about this shit later. Because I need to do my tasks. I need to do my tickets. And some of my colleagues do the same shit. And sometimes we just don't get around to like fixing this stuff and making it as good as possible. And like some of those games that come out, it's not that they didn't want to do it well or they didn't have time. They just weren't all that skilled. Because it's people making this, and it's not some elaborate conspiracy to scam you, even though, of course, the executive side of it all and all those like publishers, they want to get as much money as possible. They use like some shitty business tactics, strategies, etc. But sometimes it's just, you know, people not very good at what they do. And that's just kind of how it is. It doesn't have to be some kind of elaborate scheme.
And also, you can't account for everyone. Sorry, very quickly, because you could have like the best QA team in the world that finds like as many bugs as they can before, you know, the game is released. But you are releasing it to millions of people, and they're all going to play it in radically different ways. And especially in something like Zelda, where the emphasis on this one is like, you know, you can put everything together, you can build everything. So you've got footage of like people building like working cars and things because they've put wheels on things and then put fans on so they drive, and you know, people are building like oh, I could combine a bomb with a stick so I could just go whack things with a giant explosive hammer. And you know, you can't account for how those things are going to interact in the environment that you've coded. So there's always going to be something that somebody sort of encounters and is like, guys, look at this weird glitch I found. I did this and then this, and now this has happened. You know,
yeah, and you guys are taking it even too deep. You're going too deep to what Phil said. He's saying there's too much stuff to do in a game, and that is a negative. this new Zelda series of Breath of the Wild and this game is made to be like you could do whatever the fuck you want and it's all on you, man. You have freedom. We're giving you freedom. And Phil, he can't handle that, right? I don't know what to do. They never told me. It's like that level again. They never told me what to do, so that's a negative, right? Like that is literally why we have the AAA games where it's like go here, go here. Oh, you looking at the puzzle? Shoot an arrow right there, bitch. That's what you got to do. All right, next room. That's it. Like Nintendo's trying to kind of a little bit break that. I'm not saying Tears of the Kingdom is hard, but you get to choose where to go. That's the level we're at. And Phil's like, oh man, they got to really think about this. You know, the pacing is off. You know, it's like, come on.
If anything, we need more of that, like incentivizing creativity and like interesting ways of tackling an objective instead of it being the good old Ubisoft go at point on the map, kill enemy, collect item, return quest, repeat.
And
it reminds me of that image where it's like the Doom M1 level map, and then it's like the Call of Duty one where it's like a line, checkpoint, line, checkpoint, line, checkpoint, line.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that, you know. It's like, here's open, go and do, you know, find things, explore, incentivizing exploring and getting creative within the environment using the tools we've given you, and go from point to point and do what we tell you. And Phil massively prefers the latter because, like, again, it's Minecraft. He had to be told what to build and how to build it in Minecraft. So
it's someone coming from someone that has the creativity of an ant, let's say. That's what makes it funny, because what is his creativity in any aspect of his life? What's his creativity? You know, like he doesn't have it, but it's when he's making fun of other people for their creativity, their ideas, just comes off as just like when he gives business advice. It's like hilarious. But anyways,
real quick, I give him this. The other day you played something on WPIG where he actually tried to make jokes and it actually sort of landed. It wasn't funny. It was like the good old DSP, like old DSP shit. But you can see he actually tried and he thought about stuff and he was kind of creative and kind of original. This is all gone. He's been enabled to a point where he's just like, think about everything for me. I'll just sit here, look at the screen, and I'll tell you what I see. And you give me money for that. And then I'm going to blow bubbles with my 2 bubble guns. So you like this, okay?
It's chat.
Vestreak now.
Chat has killed him. Chat has killed all creative thought processes in Phil. Before chat, before he was handheld, he had to work at it. And even if he might have bashed his head against the wall repeatedly doing it wrong, he still tried. He still thought, I think this is how to get past this problem. Boom. Okay, I think this. Boom. He tried. He at least tried. He might have ended up going and looking up a guide, but he still tried first. Whereas now it's just like, right, chat, tell me. And if you don't tell me, I'm stuck in this room. I'll just sit here and wait. Can't find a button. I'm just sitting here.
Can't find the button? Fuck it. Anyways, let's keep moving. Yeah. We have a few more. We got to get to our question of the day as well. I do want to play another bit here. This is called, I have no idea what this is. I've not heard it. To Catch a Pig Roach is the title. And I want to...
I can't hear anything.
Shit, you can't hear it. That was just a trial. That was a dry run there. Gonna run it back. Hang on a second. Of course you couldn't hear that. I knew that. Spam help. No, here we go. My bad. That's what I was cracking up. It's very funny. The first 15 seconds will blow your mind. Here we go.
A new Dateline investigation.
Yes!
Catch a Predator 4.
It's a rainy night in Connecticut, and this 40-year-old guy thinks he is going to cuddle in bed with a 13-year-old girl named Bailey.
Hello.
I made some chocolate chip cookies and I left them on the table. Just take a seat. I'll be right there.
If he appears a bit puzzled, it's probably because online, the perverted justice decoy had been using a photo of an Asian girl.
What the hell? She's not Asian. Is it real woman in town that's not Asian? That's weird. Everyone else is Asian. She's not.
Online, he said he'd bring alcohol and condoms, so the actress asks him about it.
What kind of alcohol did you bring?
Whale tail gin. It's strong, but it's absolutely delicious. I love it. It's got all these different notes, a lot of citrus notes, and a botanical note. The botanical. Whew. Of course it burns, but it's actually smooth at the same time.
That was my cue to step in.
Hey, how are you?
Ha ha!
the whole thing was a setup.
Why don't you have a seat there and get comfortable for that? How's it taste?
Amazing.
Oh yeah, oh it's good. Shout out to Chris Hansen Cookies.
So what was your plan here?
I was hoping for, maybe a 5 to 6 hour DLC with new gameplay elements and great story, and we didn't get that.
The problem with that, though, is that I have the transcript of your online chat. And you came over here planning to have oral sex with a 12-year-old girl.
Yes.
I know that, yes.
It's about actually 13 inches, which is about 33 centimeters. Width, if you're going from hair to shoulder, you're probably talking about 14 inches or 36, 37 centimeters, all right?
How often do you meet underage girls online?
My ex, I met, she contacted me. I never contacted her. She contacted me via YouTube DMs when they were a thing. That's how long ago this was, over a decade ago. She was an adult, a legal adult. We spoke for months before we ever started dating.
That's called grooming.
I worked for a helicopter company for 4.5 years. A company that, by everything they were telling me, all the extra work and
what do you think should happen to you?
I just want to play games and chill with my audience.
This is the part where I say I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and the cameras come out.
Everything that you've done since you pulled up here has been recorded on camera.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's down the whole time, huh? I don't even know.
As he gets up to leave and makes the long walk to the door, officers are in position, ready to arrest him.
Sir, no, get on the ground!
He doesn't respond fast enough. The result is a teaser shot.
To Catch a Predator 4 continues in a moment.
Dude, that was Lars, by the way. I probably called earlier today. Lars, incredible. Not just a singing genius. That was amazing.
Lars, more like fucking bars.
Dude, that's the best thing we played today by far. That was incredible, man. Oh, I don't know. That Derek was awesome too. Tonight's been hype, man. Very, very hype. I'll upload that to you. I'll upload that. Don't worry, you'll see it.
Yeah, man. It's so hype. God. We should have shows without Sam. More often, dude. I think he's the guy who's pulling us back from the mainstream. We're breaking through.
Dude, the best part of that was like, you find a clip that kind of works, but it doesn't really work, but he threw it in anyway. He's like, how big is that? Like a 13 inches? If you look at the hair from the shoulder to the bottom, it's that's so fucking good, man. That fucking taser shot too. Dude. Lars, incredible.
We'll testify that I've been pushing to sort of do an episode about To Catch a Predator because I fucking love it. So I've been doing that for a while, and he's refusing. So I fucking love that. That was amazing. I was picking it. I was like, oh, I know where that clip's from. I know who that Predator is. Yeah. Oh my god, that clip's from the interview when he said yes. It's brilliant, amazing.
Yeah, when he was talking about Panda Lee, that was from the interview too. Like my girlfriend, she was 18. She was a legal adult. When you need to say that somebody was a legal adult by the time you started dating him, that's a red flag already. You don't want to be saying shit like that. But I was thinking bits like this that are great. Should we upload them somewhere or link them somewhere? Because people want to listen to them without us laughing and cackling over them.
Here's the thing. I do have a playlist called Bits. So I'll put the playlist on Twitter, all right? So then they're all there. So we don't upload them all, but the playlist of every single bit that's been on WPIG that I've made a video for, you can find it there. I'll fix it tonight and put it up by Sunday, all right? So I'll get it on Sunday. But definitely, it'll be on my Twitter. It always goes on Twitter for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the best pick of a public playlist with unlisted clips. So we don't spam anybody's sub box and they can just click on the playlist and see all the bits.
Yes, that's I think it works good. And the songs one gets awesome. I mean, a lot of people are enjoying the songs playlist. I see a lot of people watching videos that are unlisted. It's really cool. You can tell oh, people like that song, people like that song. It's cool. So it's awesome. But Lars, once again, a legend. Awesome night tonight so far. We do have one more bit. Do we push it? I think we should save that one. All right. You know who you are who said this bit. We're going to save it for next time. It's going to be good. It's going to be hype. I've never listened to it, but it says Gowdy President DSP. So I think it might be a callback to that president thing. We'll play that next time, my friend. I promise we're going to get to it. But we should in the meantime. Did I miss any super chats? I don't believe I did. Let me make sure, though. We got one Teddy saying, I was wondering what the best way to support the stream is. Can you enlighten me? You just did it, I guess. But anyways, just being here is definitely cool for us. Yeah, anyways, fine. Meerkat, you know the order. Can you say it?
Super chat, super sticker, membership, gifted memberships, or tips.
Yes, there you go.
And you missed Logan K, who said, think about this. He has automated bubble blowing. And think about this even further. This is the most automated part of his stream. Everything else is raw manual, just like when he jerked off on camera.
But I mean, like Sam pointed out in his video of that streamer who sort of like modded Skyrim so that if chat said a command, they'd like spawn dragons or whatever. He could rig up the bubble blowing machines to be like, so if chat, like if somebody donated this, it automatically blows bubbles around him. He could automate it a bit further and make it more interactive.
His real fans would lose their mind if they could do that. Think about that. Donate $1 and bubbles come out. It would make him so much fucking
50.
money. Yeah, oh god, yeah, whatever you want to do. But
it's Phil, but still.
If you have malleable fans like that, come on.
That's right. But then it's not DSP. Then it's somebody else. He loses the charm of being DSP because DSP is known for being completely incompetent to the point where he got banned from Stream Elements and Streamlabs. So he got to manually do his fucking pop-ups. That's how ridiculous he is.
I still think I should have called that Bubble Bazooka. Do you remember? I
yeah.
In April. Yep. The Bubble Bazooka. I should have got that.
Well, man,
he'd have been like, "Oh, I've got 2," and then I could have started today's with "Fuck you, Phil." Fuck.
Real quick, I'm gonna end the poll. The poll ended just now, and it was 60-40 in Meerkat's favor. So they said he did watch the interview. So 60-40. Meerkat won this debate for sure. We're gonna have a future debate. That's a good idea. I want to get to the Q&A real quick. I'm gonna read it, boys, if you don't mind. We have some answers here. Denton and Renton. Nothing. The question was a sitcom name, by the way. I should say that.
Yeah.
Next, Nothing I Could Do. The Family, featuring Son Jasper, Cat. I'm not reading that. And Adolf Pigler. Okay. Into the Dark Side. Pathetic Pig. The Young and the Derek. I like that. Soap opera style. Phil is Steven Seagal. A Cat is Steven. Okay, that's a funny one though. I'll read it. Phil is Steven Seagal. Cat is Steven Seagal. And Jasper is Steven Seagal and cat ears. Unique.
Brilliant.
No friends. That's a good one. No friends. Pushing buttons. That sounds respectable. You're right. Nothing I Could Do. Married with Beggington. 2.5 Beggars with Steven Seagal, of course. Knots Landing, but the title is actually Bill's Landing. Okay, I'll take that. To Catch a Scammer, The Big Wank Theory. No, this is our we have 3 people said no friends. So clearly you guys are very smart because that's a great answer. No friends, where he sits at a coffee shop on his own. He's Kevin Spacey. Interesting. Okay, blah blah blah. 2.5 Dents. Faulty PC Towers. Okay. Faulty PC Towers. British style.
Very good.
Pigs Might Fly. Cork and Mindy. Philander. Operating Households. And I'm the One. So thanks so much. Great answers there.
There you go.
My personal favorite is No Friends. Very simple to the fact, but I think Steve might say Faulty PC Towers. I think he got him.
That was very good. That one broke me.
Yeah, that one was great. And the No Friends, man, that's a classic already.
Friends.
But
Yeah. That's
speaking of Steven Seagal so often, this made me think, what if we could get chat and our followers, our audience, to convince some sort of like a D-list celebrity to come on the show, thinking that it's something different. Like, imagine we had somebody who knows absolutely nothing about this, but has some sort of a name. Like, I don't know who, the random dude.
Yeah.
Some guy that Steven Seagal worked with. Like, fuck if I know.
Yeah,
but that would be hilarious.
Well, I don't agree yet. You got to sell me more. Because what do we do with that person? Just tell them about just talk about like we're talking and like throw it to him.
Yeah,
and
they're just like super confused. That's the gimmick of the episode. We just talk about DSP and they're just super confused. They have no idea what's happening.
All right, that could be an April Fool's joke.
We can just gaslight them into thinking that it's like some sort of like a current event, like political type of podcast or something like that. And then we just start talking about DSP and they're just confused and they don't know what's happening.
Okay, okay, we can do that. Real quick, Dwight Race has
I'm
a, has
like
a
morally
ladies' room.
opposed to bringing people who into this. You should,
Yeah.
like work to keep as many people as possible away.
I know I'm the toxic one and I'm the gaslighter. I love gaslighting people. So if we can gaslight somebody on being on the show thinking that it's something else, I'm all for it. I'll participate in it 1,000%.
That's why our team works, though. We all have different takes on things, for sure. We got Dwight Race coming in hop from the top rope. 90-day Riance. All right. I'm down.
There we go.
I'm down. All right, real quick. We got a lot of messages left, but I did my best. We got to a lot of them. Next week, we'll have another show. Don't you worry about that. Sunday, we will have our 4K Q&A, and I'll put that on the community tab as soon as this is over. And then we also will do the tournament is going to be Sunday as well. And I'm still taking submissions, by the way. So I know they said the deadline, but if you want to send it in, it's cool. Before Sunday, though, please. Also, tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are premiering Ludwig World Order Made music video. Bob Starsky, Meerkat, ALT Insider. ALT Insider with the Divorce Team Anthem is coming out tonight as well. And we got Nothing I Could Do world premiere. It's going to be hype. And then I'm going to go to listen to an interview Phil did in 2006 with the FGC podcast. And this is the podcast where I haven't listened to it all yet, but the title is Where He Leaves Team Hate. There could be some fun stuff there. That's going to be 8:30 tonight on WPIG. Anything, boys, you want to shout out, please, now's your chance. Let's go to Steve first.
Go watch Sam's video.
Yes, please. I should redirect there anyway. That's a good idea, actually. Meerkat, last shout outs, please.
Watch Sam's video. Yeah, I mean, of course.
You could definitely.
Hey, I'll see somebody's asking where they can send for the tournament.
Oh, email that being said podcast at gmail.com and you will be all set up there, my friend. Or to my Discord, of course, is always fine. And
I guess Twitter or wherever you can reach any of us, you can send it. We'll make sure it makes its way to the pool of submissions.
Yeah, you cannot redirect to a video that's already out. We could redirect to it yesterday because it was a live premiere. Live premiere. Is anyone streaming though before we say bye? Because I like to redirect to cool people. So you have something.
You can redirect to WPIG so people can set their reminders on.
Definitely.
I guess.
That's a great idea.
I'll do that. I don't think anybody is actually live.
Don't leave our vortex. Stay. There we go. All right, my friends.
There's DDM.
Oh, DDM. That's
DDM.
Good. DDM's back. Yes,
DDM's
back in the
back.
house.
Yeah.
Legendary, legend. Awesome news on that. But still, the main one is still on Odyssey, right? The one that's Raw, I think.
Raw, yeah.
Raw still on Odyssey, yeah.
Speaking of which, I would like to have a round of applause for ALT. Today went without a hitch, no technical issues, no disaster stream. We could hear everything. So, and we were on time. And our intro was short as fuck, so you can't complain at all. This was a great show. Give this man your flowers. Go over at WPIG in like 2 hours from now. And I'm going to go to bed.
Thank you. And we got 100 likes, right, boys? We got 100 likes, I hope? Well, I got something for you.
Yep.
It's time for the dual wielding, boys. Oh, my God. Light it up. Nothing's coming out. But yeah, I already... Start, please. These things don't work. There you go, boys.
Yeah.
That being said, best podcast ever. We're so far from level 2, it's not even funny. See you later, boys. You are all legends. Signing out. I got to push the button, so I got to push one down. Keeping it going, though. Bye-bye. Where's my mouse? Bye-bye. All right. Okay. All right, let me put it back. All right, now I can hear you. What's up? No, I already had it. These are the normal like Amazon $20 ones, so I knew the price. I already had these. Yeah, I know. That's awesome. All right. Yeah. You know what? I'm tired of Lars is good. This Lars guy, he's kind of making stuff that's better than mine. So we got to take him out somehow. Yeah. All right. I'm turning off the mic.
Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Take you power walking on the beach, feasting on some sushi like you were the queen. Let me run some errands while you sleep. I can watch you play Skyrim all day this week. Have no fear, there's no trolls here. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes.
In reality, like I tell you guys, every day when I wake up, that's the best day of my life. I feel like this next day is awesome. I have a beautiful wife who I love so much. She loves me and a family, Jasper, and you know the things we get to do together. You know, I definitely want more time with them and more family time. But I absolutely love my life today compared to how it used to be. Seriously, all those years back then, you'd be like, it's a whirlwind of crap. It was me. And by the way, I've told you guys about my past. I used to drink way too much. I would be drinking constantly, all the time, because I was so stressed out. Honestly, when I started with this whole thing, I was depressed many years ago, a decade ago. I didn't like my life or anything. And basically, liquor was the way to kind of get through that. You know, it was, I hate my life. I hate who I am. So let me just drink it all away and just keep pumping out fucking YouTube videos. I don't have to do that shit anymore. You know, like I'm happy with who I am. Really doesn't matter if this stream gets 100 likes or 2. I don't think it affects it.